Hello, fellow mathematicians. This is Mrs. Snyder, going back in time as my fourth grade self to talk to you about order of operations. I just got a call from my Aunt Sally, my dear Aunt Sally. She's no longer around to help me with my math. She went to Europe on an extended vacation. She may stay there for years. And now, who's going to help me with my math? I'm in a quandary and perplexed and confused and baffled. Oh, what about my parents? Well, at my age, thinking about asking your parents for help is one of the last things you might do, but I remembered how they've always helped me through life. They always told me what to do first. Brush your teeth before you go to bed. Clean up your room before you invite a friend over. Do your homework before you play. I realize also that my parents have great expectations for me when I do math. They expect me to use my mind and come up with good answers. There you have it. Parents expect mind answers. This strategy helps us solve problems with multiple operations. The P in parents stands for parentheses. In a problem with multiple operations, you solve first for the numbers in the parentheses. The E in expect stands for exponents. After the parentheses, you solve the exponents. M and D in mind remind you to work from left to right, multiplying and dividing. Can you guess what the A is? Yes. Work from left to right, solving for addition and subtraction. A little known fact about me is that I love gardening. I love pulling weeds and planting flowers and planting vegetables. I went to my neighbor, Mrs. Alexander. She told me when she was young, she got paid $2 an hour. I told her she would have to increase that amount exponentially if she wanted my services. I worked for her for 4 hours. Next, I went to my grandfather, who was willing to pay me $10 an hour. I stayed at his house for 3 hours, but he said I had to reduce the time because I spent 30 minutes sitting in the garden, drinking tea and eating cookies with Granny. Next, I went to my mother. In order to increase my motivation, she said she would pay me $1 more each hour I worked. I worked really hard for 5 hours. And she told me I had to give half of that to my sister because she was out there for 5 hours working hard too. The last thing I did was put $10 in the bank to save that money for the future. How much money do I have left, you may ask? If you use the mnemonic, parents, parentheses, expect, exponents, mind, multiplying and dividing, answers, addition and subtraction, you will find out how much money I have left. Well, thanks for listening to my story about Aunt Sally gardening and my brand new mnemonic. See you next time.